Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm going to talk about different things that you can do to bring some more consistent sales to your closet. These are my tried and true favorite things that really make a huge difference to me and help me make more sales. So I know, the summer slowdown is coming, unfortunately, because I feel like we're already in it sometimes, but I think this is the best time of year to really start doing these things to really ensure that your sales are not going to slow down for the summer. So if you are interested in learning what I think are really helpful tips, definitely keep watching and make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss a future video that I do here on this channel. Okay, so I always talk about how it's so important to share your listings, share your closet. And a lot of people, understand that that's important, but they don't really understand why it's important. And so the reason why it's so important to do is because every time you share your listing, it brings it to the top of any relevant search. So if your item is coming up in a specific relevant search category, and you haven't shared it in a long time, it's not going to come up to the top of a search when people are searching for that item on Poshmark. And so if you're constantly sharing it throughout the day, it's going to keep showing up at the top. So no matter what time of day people are looking for your item, they're going to find your item if you're constantly sharing it. Always share your items so frequently during the day. I recommend, multiple times. I think there's no limit as long as you don't go to share jail if you don't hit, the 10,000 shares. I think you should share as much as you possibly can. And a lot of people, I've heard people say that they don't want to annoy their followers by sharing so much. And in reality, no one's really looking at the followers feed. And in fact, I don't really know anyone that does. So I don't think people get annoyed. And honestly, it's just going to help you make more sales. So if people are following your closet, they're probably just following your closet because they want to support your closet by giving you that follow, but they're not actually looking to shop your page most of the time. And so if you're sharing to their newsfeed, they're probably not going to get annoyed because they're probably not looking at it that many times throughout the day. So just really make sure that you're sharing a lot for your items to really come up at the top of those relevant searches. Okay, and I always talk about how it's so important to send offers. I always talk about how, you really always should counter or accept if you can. I say that that's so important to do. I really swear by not declining offers. And I even say this because lowball offers have a really decent chance at actually becoming a sale. So actually Poshmark told us last year that about 30% of any lowball offer, which is anything lower than 50% of the listing item, actually can result in a sale. And so that's actually a decently good stat. Like, a lot of people think lowball offers just never go anywhere and they're not really worth anything, but they actually are. And 1/3 of any lowball offer, if you think about how many lowball offers there are, 1/3 is actually a decent amount. And so I always say that counter or accept, but if it's really a lowball offer, you can always counter and it will probably result in a sale, maybe. And if not, what's the worst that can happen? You just countered and they didn't accept. It's okay. But Poshmark always tells us too that 66% of all sales on Poshmark come from some kind of offer, whether it's an offer being sent by a seller or a buyer. And so I can't recommend enough sending out those offers. I send out my offers after I get a like on an item. I send them out basically immediately. And I also go back through the day, maybe at the end of the day or the middle of the day, and I kind of check in to make sure I've gotten all my items. And then occasionally I'll even go and send out giant closet offers on everything. And I just find this to be really helpful. And again, if people don't want to get an offer for my item, then they'll just unlike the item and then they're not going to purchase anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I don't really think it's annoying to send out offers. And I think if somebody's liking your item and they want to purchase, they will accept if it's within their price range. Okay, the next tip that I'm going to talk about may be a tip that some of you don't like, but it's really important to make sure that you're doing the things that Poshmark really likes. Do the things that the algorithm favors. So, sharing your closet and being active are things that the algorithm really likes and will favor your closet. But the other things that maybe aren't talked about as much, such as Posh shows and promoted closets. Those are things that Poshmark is really, really pushing a lot this year. And I think they're favoriting closets that are doing these things. So you're gonna have success if you're doing these things. And now I know neither of these things are for everyone. In fact, a lot of them aren't. And I'm one to say that I don't really like either of them at the moment because I wasn't having a lot of success with the shows recently. I was doing the silent lives and I really wasn't finding that many sales coming through. And I felt like I was like dedicating a lot of time, and I just never really wanted to actually go live on a camera because that really stresses me out. So I haven't really partaking in those live sales, and I tried my free trial of the promoted Beza closets, and I didn't really find it was helping me make that many sales, but I know some people that really swear by it and say that it helps them make sales. So at the end of the day, you can find success on the platform anyway, but I think you also really do perform well on Poshmark if you do the things that the algorithm really likes. And promoted closets and live sales are two of those things. Okay, and the final thing I'm going to talk about is how it's so important to be listing new items, because you know, people think that they could just copy all their listings and that will help, you know, that will basically relist their items. And actually, if you list brand new items that haven't been listed on Poshmark versus copying them, they're 2 times more likely to sell. And I think that's a pretty good odd right there, and I think it's important to be doing both, but like, I think at the end of the day, a lot of people think, oh, I can just relist and that counts because it's bringing in new, fresh items. But really, the point is that you also need to be bringing in completely new, fresh items, not just new listings. And so I think doing a mix of both, which is why I swear by doing 10 and 10 each day. And I think you can't just, do one or the other. I think it's kind of an equation. I think you really have to do both to have the most success. And you have to be consistent with doing that. And you'll see those consistent sales from doing that. So don't take a break when things get slow. Don't stop uploading. Don't stop relisting. Keep doing those things and you will definitely see an uptick in sales. Okay, so that is all I want to talk about in this video. I hope these are tips that are going to help you and again bring you success in the upcoming months. I know the summer slowdown is always a tough time of year for a lot of us, and a lot of us have already had a tough time of year so far this year, and so I'm really hoping the summer slowdown doesn't actually affect us as much as we think it's going to or it has in the past. And I'm really hoping that these things will help you with your sales in the coming months. If you want to see another video on different reasons why your listings may not be selling, maybe different improvements that you can do to your listings, you can click right here. And if you want to see another video on features that you should be using on Poshmark that will, make a difference in your Poshmark activities, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.